All right, we have some cool pieces of material right here, but way overgrown, and hopefully we can bring this back and see if we can make this into a good little small tree. It's got a cool trunk, and the branches are fun and cool and interesting, and I don't think it's going to get super dense, this variety. It's some kind of like sweet gum or something, but we could make a cool little tree out of this. So we're going to clean this up and get this back on track to being something fun and interesting. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just take all this wire off. I'm gonna do a hard cut back. I don't know a lot about this variety, so I'm gonna go, conservative. I'm gonna be easy on it. I'm not just gonna, cut all the branches off. I'm gonna try and just cut back to where there's already a bud and see if we can get some back budding. I'm going to clean the trunk up. It's got all this moss and black gunk on it. And then we're going to repot it into something just a little bigger for right now to help promote back budding. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And then hopefully as time goes on, we can kind of see an update on this. And hopefully all y'all out there can find some good material that's inexpensive and make something good out of it. All right, I'm gonna take all this, looks like copper wire. You can cut this off or unwind it, whatever is easier and quicker for you. I like to unwind just because I hate picking up all the little pieces when you cut all the wire off, because you can never get all the pieces and they just get everywhere and it's a pain in the butt to pick up. So it's usually a little quicker for me to just unwind it by hand, and if I need to cut a specific piece off, I will. All right, let's start with the repot. So I'm gonna put this into a grow pot. I'm not sure exactly what size. Copper tie down. Please don't use copper tie downs. It's expensive, it's hard to get tight, can damage roots, hard to work with. Aluminum is cheap and easy to use, and every size will work. All right, here's kind of our two pot options. A 5.5 would fit perfectly. I don't hate that. Number 6, much more room, a little bigger. And I think with what I'm trying to do, which is to really get this thing pumping and growing really quick so I can cut it back and maybe get a bunch of back buds, I think I'm gonna go with the bigger option right now. I'll make a final decision. Scratch that. I'm just going with the 6. A little more room. I've never dealt with this variety before. I'll fertilize the heck out of it, get it cranking, and go from there. Okay, I got my pot prepped, ready to go. And the soil on this one looks pretty good. So it looks like it's probably been repotted recently. Usually I like to bare root stuff like this if I see any kind of gunk in there. I'm on deciduous, but this one looks all right. And since I want this one to grow, I don't want to have to spend a whole year regrowing all those roots, and I'll try to keep as many roots as I can. Just kind of clean out the bad areas. And hopefully we get a good year out of it. But yeah, this soil looks fine, so it's probably repotted correctly not too long ago. So this all looks pretty good. There's that dang copper. I'll use the water gun to clean up the trunk. All right. Got all the moss off and tried to clean up that black stuff as best as I can. And I'll just go give this a quick rinse and we'll get it in the pot. Jesus, look at that mess I made. I usually try to use this gun towards the ground just because it just gets over everything. But it is what it is. All right, so when I'm setting this in the pot, I really want to be looking so my eyes are level with the pot here. I want to try and get this a little lower than it was before, hopefully get some new roots growing out from here. It's always going to have this kind of large root design, but hopefully we can fix it just a little bit. So we're going to set it a little lower than it was, and hopefully that'll give us some new roots to work with and fix this kind of weird nabari that it was giving us. Okay, so I put a little soil in. I'm not tying it down just yet. I want to add a little bit of soil and do a little bit of chopsticking. I really want that new soil to mix with the roots, fill any pockets. If you don't pour any soil in initially and you just tie it down straight away, you can crimp all the roots really tight, and we really want soil to get in there so it doesn't shift in the tying down process. Just looking for any big holes, weird areas, but that'll be it. Okay, looks clean, good to go. All right, last thing we're gonna do is we're going to clean up this and hopefully get this healing better. I'm just gonna use, a small router bit. You can see the green. Being careful. Well, Hopefully these will heal over. I'll just put some cut paste on them. Today I'm going to be using this kind, the green kind. I don't know the name. I like to use all the different kinds depending on the tree and the situation. Some trees do better with others. So it really just depends on which one I'm using on the variety of the tree. And the only way to know for sure is just kind of experimenting with them and seeing which ones do better with what trees. If anyone tells you to use just one, yeah, you know, there's a reason why they make all the different kinds. So all right, that's it. That's it for now. We'll see how it goes.